Good morning, Viet Cong. Wow, that's loud. Let's turn that down. Let's turn that down a little bit. Alright. Good morning. Why does it keep playing that video? I don't know. We're going to skip it now. Hi, I'm Patrick Scafito. I'm still sick as balls, but I am here with coffee and a video game. And it's the morning. That's how you know it's my favorite excuse. Okay, we're turning you down again. That's how you know that it's my favorite excuse to play video games and drink coffee and call it vlogging, even though it's probably kind of lame. It's Morning Coffee, episode 7. Today, I will be playing Baldur's Gate for the second time. The last time we skipped the intro movie because, well, for one thing, the intro movies aren't exactly, I mean, they're good for their time. Look, main bad guy. If you recall in the last session, that main bad guy killed my foster father, Gorion, while I talked about taking a break and relaxing. Oh, he's going to be the last. I think he's trying to be Darth Vader.
There are others. I can show you. Please. Please.
Yeah. Anyway, let's open the coffee. Today's coffee is a Starbucks iced coffee in a bottle. Glass bottle. I like these. Much more than the Frappuccinos. They're not as sweet. Ew. All those choking noises make my coffee go down lovely. That's the video game, that's not me. Ooh, and here we have the intro, because we are playing Baldur's Gate. Honestly, I kind of want to talk about productivity, but I'm more in the mood to talk about branding. Because I had this lovely conversation with Robin, Mistress of Scissors. Actually, she's the Master of Scissors. About how I need a logo for my stuff. Now, I primarily market through Thousandheads as opposed to Patrick Scafito, mostly because of spelling. Because if I ask you to spell Thousandheads, you're going to ask me the number or the word. If you ask me how to spell, if I ask you to write down Patrick Scafito, you're going to look at me and probably have a panic attack. Someone actually did this once. Oh, hey. I'm playing a video game. Yay! So one of the fun things about Baldur's Gate is you mostly just wander around exploring maps. Every so often the story... Sorry, still a little sick, but for you, dear listeners, I will play Baldur's Gate and drink coffee because I make the sacrifices. Anyway, so mostly you just wander around in the first game and explore the woods, and every so often the plot will jump out and try to kill you. Yay. But somehow it still ends up being fun. I don't know how that works. But it does. Okay, I've got all of this crap. I'm going to drop the crap that is related to side quests. Because this stuff... Oh, wait, I still have that drunk dude's longsword. I should have completed that quest last game. Oops! And now we will find out that I cannot go home. Nope. Plot stuff. Bring some... Right? Oh, I can sell that. Booyah! Someone's getting paid. Someone's getting paid. I am singing a song because I am delirious. That's right, kids. What's this? I'm still in the morning. I'm still a little sick. I'm in the process of drinking my coffee, which I probably should not be drinking. I have taken my spray. So anyway, let's talk about branding. I was talking with Robin, Master of Scissors. Yes, her name is Robin. Yes, she is a master, not a mistress. Why? Because I said so. You got a problem with that? Take it up with the scissor lady. She's scary. So she was talking to me and she's like, you need a logo for your website. And I'm like, a logo for my website? It's not enough that I just paid a wonderful artist to make a book cover. Now I need a logo. You know, I remember the days, I said, back when I was a kid, back when I was pretending to be a punk band, we would draw the logos on a piece of paper out of stick figures, put it up, and people would think we were being indie. And mostly we were being cheap. Maybe that's really what indie should be about, is cheap. Like those little birds in the background going, cheap. So, you know, hey, I'm heading back to Candlekeep. That was that stupid library I was at before where I left because it was so boring. Just because sometimes people wonder, and I've never actually done this, but I'm told you're not allowed back in. So that's my plan. I'm going to try to get back in. Meanwhile, what was I talking about? Branding. So do I actually need a logo? Well, I got this image of the Flaming Skull from my book cover wearing a Santa hat. I'm thinking, dude, nothing sums up the Thousandheads better right now than a metal flaming skull wearing a Santa hat. The combination of... You want a book, huh? I don't have a book, but I used to live here. So I'm not allowed in. Yay. Alright, so Baldur's Gate had a logo. Electronic Arts has a logo. Black Isle has that little logo. Maybe everyone needs a logo. I don't know. That's basically what Robin was telling me. Now, I know a lot of authors who don't have logos. Fairly successful ones. Does Scott Sigler have a logo? Does Stephen King have a logo? Does Charles Darwin have a logo? And so here I am, petulant 5-year-old. I don't want to buy a logo. I've spent enough money. That's basically it. It's like, I don't want to spend the money. That's the short version. I do not want to spend the money on the logo. Because I am a cheapskate. Much the same way that in doing this, I am not breaking out the awesome microphone. I am using my laptop mic. Yes, this could sound better. Yes, I could edit the videos more. But this is an excuse for me to relax, as per episode 6. Relax. 7? 8? I've lost track. Let's see. This is episode 8. Because I did 3 of Monster's Den, 3 of Analog, really boring storyline. Not Analog itself, but me just going, huh. I talked about it in the last one. First Baldur's Gate, second Baldur's Gate. Alright, so. Baldur's Gate, yay. Happy Baldur's Gate. Happy Baldur's Gate. Happy Baldur's Gate. What was I talking about again? I forgot. Okay, I'm going to talk to the suicidal dude. He's going to jump. By all means, jump if you must. For the rest of us. Well, I'm glad I could help. Alright, anyway. So, branding. I don't want to do a logo because I'm a cheapskate. I like to skate, and I am cheap. Actually, I've never skated before in my life, except for like once or twice, and it ended badly. But I do think this idea of branding is important. Um, at Balticon, we had a panel on it. This idea of who are you? What do you do? You know, what is the main thing that I have to offer? You know, yeah, okay, I'm playing video games, but what am I actually bringing you? My sage advice on life. Yeah, I just waved my ego in your face. I whipped my ego out and waved it in your face. Because I am a sage, and a bard, and a ninja, and a whole bunch of other things that are incredibly awesome. For example, a mutant turtle. So, you know, deal with it. I'm cooler. Ha ha ha. Okay, sorry. I'm gonna blame the Dayquil, even though that doesn't make any sense. I'm gonna blame the lack of coffee, because that makes slightly more sense. So, you know, like my stories, yeah, okay, they are pretty darn awesome. My writing is pretty awesome, but what makes my writing different from everyone else is because I'm writing self-help novels in the form of science fiction, fantasy, action, adventures. In part, the Horde trilogy, because it's a trilogy, is about is kind of my parable about denial and what it does to people when you are in denial to the point that you deny truths that are right in front of your face. I mean, that is ultimately what the Horde is about. Um, to me. Now, it's also about monster on swordsman action. It's also about zombie chicks with swords. It's also about giant flaming skulls. I mean, you know, there's a whole lot of really cool sci-fi stuff, but at its core. And I feel like at its core, most of the best stories have a thing. So we're going to accomplish the most important thing in the game, which is acquiring the most interesting party ever. Alright, we're going to quick save in case I accidentally kill these guys. That's another thing to do. I want to talk to them.
You are so aggravating.
And we're winding it up because we've encountered the most important character in the game next to the miniature giant space hamster, and that is the crazy necromancer. Oh, I'd be grateful for your assistance. Blah 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 blah. Here's a quest. Blah blah blah. I don't really have any plans. Let's go. So, I know a lot of other writers are thinking about this. What do they do that is so different from everyone else that makes them worth reading? And I mean, there's lots of different answers to that. You know, you don't go to Dave Barry for the philosophy, or do you? As I said last time, I'm setting up these characters. Notice I'm setting up Montaron to get killed as fast as possible. Montaron's a little halfling thief. He's not amusing. Thus, does not belong in the party of heroes. Czar, on the other hand, the necromancer, is nuts, and that's totally appropriate. Alright, what was I saying? Anyways, so find out what that thing is that you do. And then do the heck out of it. But if you can identify what it is you do, and it might change in time. You know, maybe right now you're writing, you know, the best darn action adventure novels in the universe.
I grab it. It's true, I swear.
And then maybe next year you switch. Next year it's time like, you know what? I've done this, been doing this for a while, and I'm good. I don't want to do that anymore. Instead, I will write deep epic poems. And if that's your thing, get down with your bad self. In this case, get down with your most central self. maybe? The self that is most you? I don't know if I'm making any sense. I don't even know if I'm trying at this point. But that's my thought. Go ahead, figure out what it is you do, try to sum it up and be like, look, this is what I do. And don't let that trap you. You know, like, yeah, I said I'm this deep guy who looks at meaning behind stuff, but that doesn't mean I can't write a song about drinking. I mean, John Keats, I am a romantic poet in the middle of the woods, has this excellent poem about smoking and drinking and attractive women called Give Me Women, Wine, and Snuff. You experiment, and if the experiment results in a success, rebrand yourself. It's alright. Multiple times, constantly changing. I am a teacher for many years. I was a teacher. Taught English. I'm not a teacher anymore. So I've had to rebrand my life. And that's the same thing. Alright, so that's my thoughts on rebranding. I also now have acquired Czar, the true hero of Baldur's Gate. Let's hear a couple of his words, and then we will call it a day.
Stop touching me!
The end.
Oh my gosh, you've been watching Morning Coffee, my favorite excuse to play coffee, drink video games, and think deepish thoughts. This has been a Thousandheads Safe Haven production. If you liked the vid, please like the vid or subscribe or leave comments or hate mail or like female or gender neutral response mail, whatever, I don't care. For more on the Thousandheads or other stuff by Patrick Scafito, check out thousandheads.com, and remember, mistakes made while hypercaffeinated are awesome.
Dude, stop calling yourself a poet, scholar, prophet, sage.